I really enjoy having my window open behind me, but it just makes such a glare. Welcome to St. Matthew, chapter 17. It's a decent short one. These are all about the same length, honestly. So, we're going to do as many of these as we can today. Probably end up stopping at 20, before 20 today. But we're on 17. The Transfiguration. And after 6 days, Jesus talketh to Peter, and James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elijah. And I know I keep saying Elijah, but it's Elijah. They added a lot of extra S's back in the day that shouldn't have been there. And the Lord kind of just gave me back that information after the last videos. But they were talking with them. Then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Lord, is it good for us to be here? If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face, and were sore afraid. And Jesus came up, and touched them, and said, Arise, and be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man, save Jesus only. And as they came down from the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, Tell the vision to no man, until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. And his disciples asked, saying, Why then say the scribes that Elijah must first come? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elijah truly shall first come, and restoreth all things. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. Going to verse 14. And when they were come unto the multitudes, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him, and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart, and said, Why could we not cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence and to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. And now, a lot of people's Bibles won't have this verse, and it's a big conspiracy. It's no conspiracy, it's just a lot of people back in the day thought that, prayer and fasting, it kind of coincided together. But it is very important that you pray and you fast. But howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. That's verse 21 of Matthew 17. And I know a lot of people's Bibles won't have it. A lot of the newer Bibles. This is why I say I don't trust the newer Bibles. Because they translate it, and things get even more screwed up. And things keep getting taken out. People will, slip some stuff out here or there. It's not a big conspiracy, it's just how history really works. And translating books when it happens so often. And they keep trying to translate the book over and over again. I mean, That's why I trust the King James Version. Not saying that any other book is untrustworthy, it's just this is the easiest way to understand. And no, King James didn't remove a bunch of shit either. Do your research and your history of learning. Now let's go to Jesus again, for it tells his death and resurrection to verse 22. And while they abode in Galilee, Jesus said unto them, the Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and on the third day he shall be raised again. And they were exceeding sorry. Now they're paying the temple tax, on the verse 24. And when they were come into Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter, and said, Doth not your master pay tribute? He saith, Yes. And when he is come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children, or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, Of strangers. Jesus said unto him, Then are the children free? Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea, and cast a hook, and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. Take that, and give unto them for me and thee. That is the end of chapter 17. But now, yes, as I was trying to get on to before, chapter 17, verse 21. A lot of y'all's Bibles don't have it. There's a big conspiracy about it. Yes, there is a lot behind fasting and prayer. Like, this is why I can so clearly hear God. I pray a lot, and I fast pretty much every day. It doesn't mean you have to starve yourself every single day. It just cut back on what you eat. If you do it if it's an everything day thing like me, starve yourself throughout the day, eat at night. Eat one meal at night. It's pretty much how it is. Or me, I'll eat like middle of the day. Just whenever I get hungry in the first, because I'm not hungry in the morning. And normally before night, I don't like to eat because my blood sugars will say, hey, skadoobity-doo, now you're going to have to fucking stay up all night peeing and deal with high blood sugars. But no, I do it kind of in the middle of the day kind of thing. But just one meal a day. Just one. With prayer and fasting. Now what do we pray about when we pray for the second coming of Christ again? We pray, for strength, because obviously we're not going to feel the strongest being, not having enough food in our systems. But you can also go further than that. You can do 3 days of no water, no food for an absolute fasting. Be careful doing that with, certain health conditions. But fasting and prayer, it helps you hear God more clearly. And yes, it can help you cast out some more foul demons. And he keeps going on about this, a faith the size of a little tiny mustard seed, just a little tiny piece, and it's an itty bitty fucking seed. You can have faith about the size of the tip of this pin, and you can move an entire mountain. Because it's not the size of the faith, it's who your faith is in. Now, I thought it was going to be this chapter, but I guess not. Maybe another one. But I think that's about all we really got there. As you can tell, the Bible does not state anything about don't follow laws of man. Don't do bad by not following the laws of man. But when the laws of man go against the laws of God, that's when we stop listening. That time is coming. The time is coming that they are going to change the laws to defeat or try to go against the Ten Commandments and the laws of God. And that is when we Christians have to stand our ground, and we are most likely going to wind up dead. We're going to have to go into hiding. It's already happening around the world. So, God bless you all. And I'll see you in whatever He has me make next.